there, Cancer. Welcome to part 3 for your 2023 reading. We're going to cover houses 9 through 12 in this reading, and in your 9th house for travel, wisdom, higher learning, things like that. You have all this card that says all that glitters on it. And, here's the thing, Cancer. Like, what I'm getting immediately is that you should be keeping things simple at this time. I kind of feel this energy that says the simple answer is going to be the correct answer. And again, the 9th house has a lot to do with like education and learning. And what I would say here is that I don't think it's saying, I basically feel it's saying that you might think that there are more things to learn in a certain area of your life. Like it could be in business or love or something like that. And I kind of feel like it's saying, well, you kind of know everything that you need to know at this time. And I would never suggest that you don't learn. Of course not. But I just think it's saying, like, don't overcomplicate things that don't need to be overcomplicated, right? And I also feel like what's popping into my head here is, like, I would be careful of one-button solutions, is what I would say here. Or, kind of like thinking that something is going to be a push-button solution. This could be like a get-rich-quick scheme. I would be very careful of that this year for the rest of your life, just based off the astrology. It could be like other things as well, but I would just be careful of those things because you might not be seeing things as clearly as you think. You have the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Cups here as well. I would also say that some of you could be learning about a new connection if you're looking for love. It could be long distance, like a long distance connection here. And I actually think that if you are getting into something long distance, Cancer, that it could be pretty positive. We go this direction here. You go to the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, and you have the Ace of Cups here, the Ten of Pentacles. To me, the Ten of Pentacles is the best love card in the deck. To me, it represents kind of like having everything that you want and desire in a connection. It's better than the Ten of Cups because it's like building and leaving a legacy. It's like having much more. And, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I always talk about how we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is all about values. It's all about building and leaving a legacy. You, again, have the Lovers here. I kind of feel this is saying that you have a choice at this time. And I feel that this could be a new beginning that's coming in for you. For some of you, it's like, again, there could be some disappointments, but, again, I really kind of get this feeling that this part of your chart, whatever you want to call it, in this reading, I feel it's kind of like saying that there could be like a blessing in disguise coming in for you at this time. For most of you, I feel it has to do with your career. I feel like there could be a career change, work change, business change, something like that. And maybe you're like a little disappointed, or you have the Tower here, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There could be some sort of restructuring is really the word that I'm getting here. It's kind of weird because it's not like you get fired or anything like that. I just feel you're disappointed, if I'm being honest with you, in like work, career, or business by a change that you see coming. And I feel like this leads you to make a change, to move, to travel, to go get something new. Even the Lovers was traditionally a card really of having a choice. It wasn't really a card of love. It was a card of having some sort of choice. And what's interesting is on the Ace of Wands, which is one of my favorite cards in the tarot, you have this castle that's crumbling right here. And the castle crumbling, it kind of represents out with the old, in with the new. The Ace of Wands is something new. It's something inspiring. I always say that the Ace of Wands sometimes is just like that one thing I think we need to stay motivated, because the Ace of Wands is like the spark of life, but it can be very motivational, very, it can make us feel very excited about the future and all these things. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you. But I wouldn't judge things on their face here with that all that glitters card, right? Normally that all that glitters card would say that something is kind of glowing or standing out to you, but it's not as good as you think. But that's not what I feel here. I kind of feel the opposite. I feel like you are thinking that something is worse than it's going to be, or it's like there's a much better opportunity than you think. The Five of Cups is about being grateful for what is behind you. He's crying over something that has been the same for too long. The story of the Tower, right next to it, is that the tower is falling because these people have been ignoring reality. The tower falls to bring us back down to reality. It falls so that we can, see things for how they actually are in life. And I don't really feel it's like a tower moment. I mean, I do feel there are some disappointments here based off of, like whatever however you think things should be. But I actually think things are going to be much better than you think. So I hope that makes sense. With the Lovers, you have this loss card. Yeah, again, I feel like there is, I think that some of you have experienced loss, and I feel like you need to realize that there's like a very bright future coming in for you, but it is going to require change, right? And that's basically kind of what we're talking about here. With the Ace of Wands, you have this fulfillment card. Yes, move towards your enthusiasm. Move towards the new beginning is what this is saying. The reading is extremely simple. I feel it's saying that there's a new opportunity coming in for you. Probably it could be in career for a lot of you. It could also be love as well, but for the most part, I feel like it's career. And I feel it's going to lead to a lot of fulfillment. I also feel this reading is encouraging you to move. For some of you, could literally be moving, but for others, you might not be able to move, or you might not really want to move. But it could be talking about like a job, going from one job to another. That is technically a move. Maybe you just need to mix up your day. Maybe you've been going to the same gym, for example, for 20 years. And maybe it's time to make a move. Maybe it's time to go somewhere else. But I feel like this reading is saying there is fulfillment in the unfamiliar for you. There is fulfillment in the things that you've never done before. And we see that right here. 2 Wands is about leaving a comfort zone. It's about doing things differently. With the 5 of Cups, you have this caution card. I would just be cautious of crying over spilt milk. I would be cautious of getting stuck in the energy of the past or the way things used to be, right? It's like sometimes the 5 of Cups reminds me of just, change. This last card right here. On this change card, this last card you have, there's like an old car on the card. And it's like when the cars came out, I remember there's like a famous advertisement from Mercedes-Benz, actually. And the advertisement, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said something like, there will never be more than 100 cars on the road, right? Wrong. And, back in the day, there were people that actually fought against having cars on the road, which, today we would see that as ridiculous. Although now there actually are people who are fighting to get cars off the road, but don't get me started on that. But what I would say is, for the most part, it's like those people were stuck in the past. And I feel like this is saying, like, I feel like that 5 of Cups is saying there's a lot of good stuff that could be coming in the future. But if you're focusing on, the way things used to be, then maybe not, right? Next in your 10th house for career, fame, long-term goals, things like that. You have this giraffe spirit. It says, see the big picture. I feel like for a lot of you, that you could be very focused, like, long-term. I say that because Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Like, she is very focused on her 10 of Pentacles. So I like this energy for you. I do feel like you're going to have to see the big picture. It's almost like you have to see, it's kind of like what I'm seeing in my head for you, Cancer, is that there are certain, like, in-between steps that we all have to go through to get somewhere in life, right? Could be in love, business, whatever your 10 of Pentacles is. 10 of Pentacles is everything you want to have in life. And I feel like some of you might be trying to skip some of those in-between steps. And I'm not saying you can't, but I do feel that some of you, this is like saying, like, enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride, enjoy, see the big picture, just see what you have to go through. And it's not even going to be a bad thing. The whole point of the 2 of Wands is that he didn't enjoy the journey. He is standing at the top of his castle, and the story of the 2 of Wands is that he rushed to a finish line. And again, he didn't enjoy the journey. So now he's like bored. He's standing at the top of his castle. He's like, what do I do now? But he doesn't realize he's got the whole world in his hands. He's looking out at what he has accomplished, right? He's not looking at the world. So if he were just to look at that world, he would see like, oh my God, I have all these opportunities, all these things that I could do. But he also needs to know that when he goes through something, that it's the journey, not the destination, right? He should be enjoying the journey. I always tell stories. It's like the best time of my life was when I was living with my brother. I don't live there anymore, but I used to live in Seattle. And when we first moved there, like, we definitely could not afford to live there. And we had no money. But, it's like those are some of my best memories was struggling, right? Like, struggling to survive, basically. And, those are some of, like, the fondest memories I have. So, again, it's the journey. It's not the destination. And that's what he needs to realize. And I feel like some of you kind of need to kind of look at some things like that here as well. Don't try to rush it, right? Watch that movie Click with Adam Sandler, right? He tries to rush to the end. It's not a good ending, right? You have the Queen of Swords here. So I do feel like you see this clearly. It's like I love that she's looking straight to that Ten of Pentacles, because to me it says your eye is on the prize. To me it says that you are very focused on exactly what you do want. You do have this Tower here. I do feel for some of you there could be some sort of like shake up in work or career. For some of you it could be as simple as like a boss getting fired or a management shift or restructuring, like I said earlier. The reason I say that is because this right here, the crown, is falling off the top of the tower, which literally could represent the crown falling off of something. So it could be like a boss getting fired. Again, maybe there's some like corporate restructuring or something like that. The good news is that you go up like this: 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Looks like success to me here, Cancer. So I wouldn't even worry about it, but I definitely see that. I also feel, for those of you, 2 of Wands, Tower, if you want to move, travel, if you're looking for a job that involves moving or traveling, I would definitely do it. 10 of Pentacles, Chariot at the end. I mean, Chariot is your card, Cancer, but that to me literally says that if you move or travel, it could greatly increase your earnings. You could be making more money. There could be an opportunity to get a better job or career through moving as well. So definitely, again, I just feel that's for those of you that want to do it. Obviously, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. With the Queen of Swords, you have this resourcefulness card. This card is literally the Sun in Cancer. So I feel like you're very resourceful at this time. As I've told everybody during these readings, I wouldn't be spending like crazy or anything like that. Again, I don't think we should be paranoid. I don't think it's a bad year. There's all this talk of recession and everything like that. And it's not like, again, I wouldn't be paranoid about it, but I would just make sure that you're not purchasing things that you don't need. I think it's a great year to like coupon, to, look for ways to save money and all that other stuff. And again, I want to stress that I believe we create our own reality with our energy. So I think we should be positive about it. Like we should do it in a positive way, right? I hope that makes sense. With the 2 of Wands, you have this publicity card. Damn. I mean, for any of you that want attention, that want to be successful, again, the 10th house is the house of fame. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be famous, but it does say that there could be a lot of attention. There could be a lot of success through attention. I've been talking about this all year because we have Pluto going into Aquarius. Aquarius is the star card, right, in the tarot. So for those of you that want success in career or business, getting as much attention as you possibly can, as I've been saying all year, would be a really good idea. If you want to raise your promotion, taking the lead with that 2 of Wands on a project, or taking opportunities to take the lead in career could be very successful for you. And again, if you have anything like a podcast, a YouTube channel, anything like that, there could be a lot of attention for you. With the Tower card, you have this risk card. I do feel like you see moving as a risk, or some of you could be taking a risk to create a change in your life, and it might create a Tower moment, believe it or not. But look, this to me says that even if you choose to have a Tower moment, it's going to lead to success. And people say to me all the time, why would you choose to have a Tower moment? I'm like, well, number one, the Tower is like, I know everybody thinks the Tower is a bad thing, but it's part of life. Like, we will always have Tower moments. That's how life works. It's just part of being a human, right? But number two, it's like, why would you choose a Tower moment? It's like, let's say you're in a relationship that's holding you back. Leaving the relationship might cause you a Tower moment, but it might also be a good thing. Maybe you have a boss who's like abusive and sucks and won't give you a raise. It's like, yeah, leaving the job might cause a Tower moment for you financially. Maybe you have to take a pay cut somewhere else or something for a short period of time, but it could be a good thing because it could free you up mentally or energetically, or get rid of that toxic energy so that you can find something better, right? So, to me, there are plenty, those are just a few examples, Cancer, of how creating a Tower moment for yourself, it might suck. Yeah, sometimes we have to embrace the suck though, right? Sometimes we have to go through it so that we can be more successful in the future. And so I'm all about making those types of sacrifices. Next, what are we doing? Oh yeah, your 11th house. The 11th house has to do with like groups, your community, luck. It also has to do with like regular goals, not necessarily like long-term goals as well. You have the slow card. It says making slow progress, but you're getting there. Remember, slow and steady work leads to success that is sustainable. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading? No one-button solutions. Those were the words that I was getting. Take it how it resonates. But, I kind of feel like this is saying like, don't go for the fast stuff. Again, I keep talking about Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus does not like doesn't like, get rich quick schemes, but even in other areas of life, Uranus and Taurus wants permanent positive solutions. It doesn't want just like some little quick thing, right? And it's like easy come, easy go. So usually quick solutions are not good solutions. You have this card that says balance all dimensions of your life. Yeah, so make sure you're balancing things out. Again, a great way to have a tower moment is to not be balanced. So as long as you're balanced, you probably won't have a tower moment, right? And I kind of feel like that's what this is talking about. You have the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. The 11th house also has a lot to do with luck. And I do feel there could be a lot of luck for you in love. This does not mean you have to have love if you don't want it. I'm just saying that there is probably a very lucky energy around love in your life. You have the Four of Wands and Ten of Wands. Both cards to me can definitely represent marriage. So if you're hoping to get married, this could be like a very deep connection or something permanent coming in for you. It could be an earth sign. I would say it's a very earthy person with that Knight of Pentacles. Could be someone who's like who is maybe a little bit more cautious in life. I'm definitely picking up on that. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I feel like this person, it's not like they don't take risk. I just think maybe they kind of like double check things more than normal people. I don't know. It's popping into my head. I kind of feel like they are just a little bit more cautious, but I feel like this would maybe make you feel more secure. I don't think it would make you feel, like, I don't think it would be a bad thing. It's not like they're paranoid, right? But I definitely feel there's a lot of luck in love. I also feel, again, this has to do with your community, the 11th house. So there's probably a ton of support in your community. This could even be with like your family, your friends. Could be, any part of your community. So if you need support, I would get it. You also have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, a lot of people read the card of this card, Nine of Pentacles, as a card of being single. It can represent being single, but that's not really what it means. She is independent, but again, it doesn't mean that she's alone. It means that she understands proper equal give and take. She has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other. It kind of says that she's willing to give 3 pentacles worth of energy. It doesn't even have to be money. Could be her time, her effort, her love, her attention, those 3 pentacles right there. So she understands that she has to keep enough for herself so that she can support herself, so that she can sustain herself, but she's also willing to give the 3 pentacles of whatever. So she isn't alone. She is independent, but we're not talking about independent, like I believe there's such a thing as toxic independence as well, where, I get tons of comments with people who love to tell me how they don't need anyone in their life and all this other stuff. To me, this is toxic independence. It's like if you have electricity in your house, you need other people because other people have to supply that electricity to turn it on in your house. If you have water and all these other things, you need other people. So you are not truly independent, right? And, so we need other people, right, is what I'm trying to say here. But again, she is truly independent. She's able to provide what she can, and she also keeps enough for herself so that she can support herself. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So again, I feel there could be a person who wants to marry you, literally, coming in for you. I feel very lucky here. Again, the Four of Wands, it's kind of a card of luck. It's 11-11. Form the Four Wands form 11-11 on the card there. So I feel like there's a lot of luck. Four of Wands is also my card of freedom as well. So it's like a card of being set free. So I do feel like there could be a person coming in for you. I also feel something about work here. The Four of Wands could be like a marriage contract, but it could also be like a work contract. And same thing with the Ten of Pentacles as well, which you end with. The Ten of Pentacles could be like some sort of contract coming in. But let's see what is going on here with the Ace of Cups. You have this affair card. There you go. Definitely could be love. This is not like cheating affair. This is just like a love affair, but not like cheating. Like I said, it's just a regular love. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have this order card. I do feel like you need to get things organized in your life. Nine of Pentacles, she's very, very focused. Like she's focused kind of on like one thing at a time. And same thing here. Like, look, we go Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, of course, can be lying, cheating, stealing. But really, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. He is stealing those swords from this army that's in the background here. So it's like he's... instead of going to war, he's stealing those swords so that they can't be used against him in battle the next day. And so I feel for a lot of you, this could say that there might be just better ways to do things in your life in general. I think this is true for everyone. We have Pluto going into Aquarius. So, as far as I'm concerned, that this is like the start of the major shift into Aquarian energy. And what I would say is, me personally, I'm looking for new ways to do freaking everything in my life. Literally, I'm literally starting a new channel about it. Literally. So, that's how important I think it is for people to, look for just new ways of doing pretty much everything, because, and who the hell knows what we're going to discover? Nobody knows. That's the secret, right? But, just look, I keep talking about these third place solutions as well, where I think, if you read anything about Pluto and Aquarius, everybody's like, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But really, I see Pluto and Aquarius as third place solutions, where it's like everybody thinks, if you notice, everything's like this side, that side, right, in the news. But really, like, what if there's like a much better solution over here, somewhere up here, like that nobody has come up with yet, right? So if you want to get rich, if you want to get successful, if you want to be famous on YouTube, if you want to do whatever, find a third place solution. And how do we do this? Well, I don't know. We have to experiment, try new things, do things differently, right? Seven of Swords, be tactical. But I think there's probably just a better way to do everything in your life, pretty much anything. So I just try new things. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, you have this Quarrel card. I'm wondering if you're fighting with yourself. Like, maybe you've had negative experiences. Maybe I do feel you could be being a little bit cautious in love. Could be a Scorpio coming in for you as well, because you have the Tower right next to this. So, take it how it resonates. But in this bottom row, you have all these kind of challenging cards. So, for some of you, maybe if you want love, like I said, not telling you what to do. If you want love, I would open up to it, because I feel that this could be a good person coming in for you. Next, in the area of your 12th house, which is literally the house of change, the house of endings, you have this official card, this official person card, and this change card, which is crazy that I said that there could be a boss that's like leaving, and I definitely felt that with the Tower. We kind of see it right here. Again, the 12th house is like endings, closure, things that are hidden, things that are being released, or things that you are releasing in your life. So it wouldn't really surprise me if some of you were releasing a boss or a job, or if a boss was getting fired under strange, sorry, my camera might have just turned off, but, it could be like a boss getting fired, or, restructuring in your career or your business or something like that. That wouldn't surprise me. I feel like you're noticing a lot of changes. And again, I think there's a lot of ways that you can look at these changes. You can obviously look at them as positive changes, or you can look at them as negative changes. And again, I would be asking the question, how can I work with these changes that are happening around me, whatever the change is? And I think if you do that, then you're going to find major solutions. Look, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Chariot, which is a victory in the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, again, is a card of tactics. It can be a card of lying, cheating, stealing. Obviously, if you dealt with that in the past, I feel like you are probably actually healing it with your 12th house here, I would say. Because you have that Ten of Pentacles in the Chariot. So this isn't accurate tarot, but I kind of feel like some of you could be healing love in your life, like how you see love, or how you deal with it, or how you feel about it. So there could be that going on here. But I also feel this could be saying that, this is like how you look at change. You can work with it, or you can see it as a trap. And, I feel like it's all about how you look at it. He even has polka dots on his cloak here, and polka dots represent taking things too seriously. So it's kind of funny, because it's like, everybody obviously is, doing all these videos about AI on YouTube, because like that's a new thing. Everybody's worried about Chat GPT and AI and all this other stuff. But it's like, you can worry about it, or you can like look at how you can benefit from it, right? And I feel like that's a Seven of Swords. It's like, it's almost giving me Temperance vibes. Like, how can you look at any type of change, not just AI, but anything that's going on this year, and how can you turn it into a positive? Chariot. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's literally what the Chariot says. So this is you coming up in a strong position. There literally could be a change with your car as well. You have that change card, which has a car on it. You have the Chariot, which could be your car. So you could be buying a new car for some of you. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which is like, just amazing success, good things coming in for you. It is like everything that you want and desire to have in your life. For some of you, I'm wondering if like you are getting your Ten of Pentacles, but it's almost as if like maybe you thought your Ten of Pentacles was one thing, and then by the end of this year, or even sooner, maybe you discover that it's actually something else. So I feel like you could be discovering your Ten of Pentacles is kind of like something different than you thought it would be, but I feel like this is a good thing, not a bad thing. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have this Idealism card. Here you go. Sun in Aquarius. We've been talking about Aquarius this entire time. I feel like there could be like a really ideal situation coming in for you, but again, I do feel it's probably different than what you think. I also feel we have Pluto going into Aquarius in March. So between like March and May, until it retrogrades back into Capricorn, you could be discovering a person during that time frame. So it's definitely jumping out at me. With the Chariot, you have this practicality card. I'm wondering if you're moving for practical reasons. Again, the 12th house doesn't really have to do with moving, but it has to do with endings. So some of you could be ending where you live and going somewhere else, but it could be for very practical reasons, which I think is an excellent thing to do right now. Like if you can move somewhere that's like cheaper, but better, then that would allow you to save more money, which, again, that could be a great thing. I'm a big fan of looking for those types of win-win situations. I talked about this last year. I'm talking about it this year as well. If you can find a place that's like cheaper but better, but you might also be able to find a job that pays you more money, like that's like a win-win-win type of situation, right? And if we're going to have to look for those things, they're not going to magically appear, and we're probably going to have to make a change to find those situations. But if we do, we're making more money. We're winning. So I would be looking for that. With the the Seven of Swords, you have this friendship card. Some of you could be ending a friendship due to lying, cheating, stealing, or something like that. But, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. We're going to pull 5 themes now and see if there's anything I missed in this reading. You have this Grapes card. It says, time to go out and have fun. Yes, 7 of Swords. He's got those polka dots on his cloak. It literally represents needing to have more fun. So I definitely feel that you need to get out there, have more fun, do more fun things. You have this Owl. It says, good advice from a wise person. It's kind of interesting. A lot of people have had these cards of like getting advice from a person or learning from someone who's smarter than you. So definitely would be a good idea. You have this Wedge card. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So be careful with that 7 of Swords. Again, I feel like you'll sense this if there's a lying, cheating, stealing person in your energy. And I would just, block this person and get rid of them. You have this Ant card. It says work, achievement, success. Definitely a lot of success coming in for you. Ants are capable of doing much more work than, they're capable of lifting many times their body weight, right? So I feel like you're going to be capable of creating quite a bit this year. You literally have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you, and it's like raining money on this card. So definitely a lot of abundance, but this is a really good reading, Cancer. I like how this year is ending for you here. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your year.